right, we're live.
Hey.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
This is
Yo.
the last episode before we know all the details about the Switch 2.
Woo.
You're right. Yeah, that's
Last
next Wednesday.
last
Last
predictions.
hurrah.
Get them in. This time next week, we're gonna know all the answers.
I'm sure we will, knowing Nintendo, and not that they'll just leave out a bunch of things that we have to figure out later that they just don't bother telling us.
Oh,
There
there's an
can't be
app for that
much
now,
difference.
which we'll talk about
There
in a
isn't.
bit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
you're
That's
absolutely
true.
right. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Like, I can't imagine there's going to be that much like unique about this in comparison to a Switch.
Yeah,
So
probably not.
Mm.
I don't know what they
We'll
could
see.
hide. Like, what
The
is there?
mouse thing is the coolest thing,
There's the
honestly, that I've
mouse,
heard.
there's the C button, and then it's more powerful.
Presumably.
Yeah,
I would hope
that's
so.
like
That was kind of the major complaint the Switch gets.
It's kind
is
of like the
not
only
powerful
thing I
enough.
care about, really. Just play those games better. Good.
I'm excited. You know what? I hope there's like a new like dashboard. I want to know what
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like.
I maybe hopefully this time they have like layouts and
Like
not just
themes.
light and dark.
Yeah.
True. That
that'd
would be
cool.
nice.
Yep.
I would love. I guess we're just doing like our wish list. I want it to turn. I want there to be
On.
a night mode. Yeah, I want it to turn on for sure.
Yep.
I want a night mode where it'll like go sepia tone when I'm playing it in bed at night.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Ooh,
Everything
so
else
you
does
want the no blue light mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, not everything does that. The PlayStation it also does not do that. But my Steam Deck, PC, obviously, and Xbox, they all have that in there. My phone, like, come on, what the phones can do it.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
What are people
proper
saying? They
D-pad
wanna-
because it still has the buttons.
D-pad. That's not going to happen. It's a Switch. Like, they
I
can't.
mean, like
make
they
the
could
D-pad-
do like what they do with the Pro controller and just offer an equivalent.
Well, some third party will do it again. What was that? Like Nyko or something did it this time.
It was oh shit, who was it? Power A. I think they did one of them at least.
Maybe. Yeah.
Hori. It was Hori.
Okay. Hori. Then you got to buy like third party controllers, and I just, I grew up in the 2000s and the 90s, and I've been scarred for life.
Yep. True.
Oh, can't do that. But anyway, all right. Before we get into all the video game stuff, what have you guys been doing this week?
Man.
Slowly working on reorganizing the office a little bit. I watched the first Terminator movie again because I hadn't seen that in a long time.
Sure.
What do you
nice.
think?
Okay.
Holds up?
So yeah, now that I've watched recently within the last month, 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, T2 absolutely holds up still, 100%. T3's okay. I still like T5. I still think Genesis was actually a fun, cool take on the whole idea. I just wish they hadn't kind of ruined everything at launch by just spoiling the big twist. T1, it obviously goes for a completely different tone. It's more like horror suspense kind of. But I think it holds up all right. It's just funny seeing like all the miniatures that they use for like the Skynet robots in the future and all the Terminators and that. And then you go to the later movies where they're like way more refined. Like watching like the T-800 when you just see the skeleton chasing after Sarah in the first movie, and it's very clearly like clay motion, like put in, like you can see like the movements, the jerky movements from it. It's just really funny to watch.
Sure.
So
I mean, Dark Fate is 6.
Dark Fate is 6, yeah.
Okay.
And Dark Fate, I was all right.
I like Dark Fate.
Yeah, Dark Fate had some good moments. You might actually like Genesis if you like Dark Fate.
I've only seen 1, 2, and Dark Fate.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Genesis basically tries to reboot the entire series. And then they never did anything with the reboot, which was kind of a bummer because I thought they had a cool idea.
Which one has
Christian Bale, that's the fourth one,
Christian Bale.
Salvation.
Salvation? Okay.
That's the only one I'm debating if I want to go back and watch or not because I'm like, it's different-ish. It was enjoyable when I watched it, but I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to go bother doing it. But if I watch T3, maybe I should.
Yeah, at this point, just
So what's after this? You're
I'll
gonna watch all of Alien or something?
I don't know, maybe. I've never seen a full one of... Actually, that's a lie. I've actually seen Alien 3. I've
Interesting.
never seen Alien or Aliens in full.
Oh,
It's
that's a
interesting that
weird
you
choice.
watched the one that most people think is the worst out of the originals.
It was on TV.
Yeah, sure. It makes sense. I like Alien 3, so I like.
Yeah, I've seen the ending of Aliens because
Okay.
get away from her, you bitch. Yeah, I've
Uh-huh.
seen like that scene, but nothing of Alien 1 except for clips that are going around, like the game over man and all that.
Yeah, that one I've seen 1, 2, and Prometheus, and then what was the recent one?
Romulus.
Oh yeah, that series goes off the rails with their weird, different numbers. So I forgot about that.
What was the recent one, Paul?
Romulus.
Romulus. Okay, so I've seen those ones.
Are any of those
And
even
then
worth watching?
Yes, Romulus is quite
Oh,
good.
Romulus is good. I thought Alien and Aliens was
Oh, I
was
mean
pretty
the
good.
classics. Yeah, they're like.
oh yeah, no,
some of
1
my
and 2
favorites.
I know hold up.
Yeah.
So
I
3
I
was
enjoyed
alright.
Prometheus at the time.
Yeah, I did one rewatch of it, and it wasn't as good as the first time, but it was still okay. I thought. Then a
I
bunch
think the
of them
reason
are
I didn't
fucking
mind
awful.
Alien 3, I think the reason I didn't mind Alien 3 is because I had no nostalgia for 1 and 2, so I didn't care about the setup that they have.
Okay.
That's
Because
fair.
I know everyone says like, because yeah, like Alien 3 apparently shits on 1 and 2, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know these, so this is just a movie to me now.
Okay. Okay.
Alien 3 might be one of the best looking ones. It was directed by David
Yeah.
Fincher too, so like it's a very nice
It had some
cinematography.
really cool
it's
moments.
very good. Yes, for sure.
There's a show coming out, isn't there?
Probably everything's got a show at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
probably.
this year. Oh yeah, Alien Earth,
Yeah,
which
you're
is
right.
I believe this summer. I think.
Should be interesting.
Yeah. I can't remember when it's set though, but anyways. And then, and that goes right into Predator. Just slips right in there. Easy transition.
Yep.
And then you can do Alien versus Predator again.
Yep.
Again.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly. Predator, I've only seen the first one and Prey. I love Prey. I think that movie.
You don't need to watch 2. You don't need to watch Predator 2.
Yeah, 2 is
Unless you really
That's a
like Danny
thing.
Glover.
Sure,
and
who
even
doesn't?
then you don't get enough Danny Glover if you love him. So you probably still could stay away if you wanted to.
But he's the hero. He wins like a flintlock rifle or whatever it is he gets at the end. I forget.
Yeah, Predator 2 is an interesting movie. There's that Adrian
Sure is.
Brody one too, The Predator.
Oh, right.
Remember when that came out?
Oh, I
But it
just
was-
learned that because Adrian Brody won Best Actor at the Oscars this year
Oh, for Brutalist, probably, right?
for Brutalist,
Yeah.
they used AI to give him an accent. Did you know
That's
that?
interesting. No, I
Yeah.
had no idea.
I didn't. I just learned that this week, and I guess people were kind of like talking about it, obviously, when the Oscars happened. But isn't that insane? He got Best Actor, and he didn't have to do an accent.
I'm so
are we
used to
doing
Adrian
here?
Brody doing accents, though. That's like half his shtick.
I would argue that's half the shtick of being an actor.
That too.
Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, okay, let's talk about some video games. Top-down perspective for March 27th. I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck.
John Wheeler.
And Paul, let's start with you this week.
Yeah, I jumped into Assassin's Creed Shadows because I just had to know for myself how I felt about it. And
All right.
it's fine. It's an Assassin's Creed game. It's definitely probably my favorite that I've played of like quote unquote recent ones, but I've only played a bit of Origins and a bunch of Odyssey. Didn't play Valhalla at all. Yeah, it's fine. I guess my big problem with it, and this is no fault at all of it, is that Ghost of Tsushima is kind of the thing I want, and it is like unfortunately getting unfairly compared in my mind of just being like, yeah, I like that story better. I like that combat, but like it's a me problem. But like I'm still enjoying my time with Assassin's Creed Shadows so far. I guess it's just like that open world for some reason isn't as interesting to me, and I'm not really sure why. I gotta do more in it. Maybe it's the checklist is bigger or something, so it's a little more daunting.
Checklist is obviously bigger. I mean, it's a bigger game.
Yeah.
No one makes bigger games than Ubisoft. Like
Yeah.
they hang their hat on. Do you want to just do a lot of stuff?
And that's the
Well,
thing
here's
is that
too
like
much
no, I want to do like really well paced good stuff more than like just a lot of it. There's some listen, the setup of like her getting revenge or whatever, and like the group of dudes all wearing different like it's very cool. I think the music is kind of bad. Like some of the choices they make, I think are like, this is just kind of bad.
Okay.
Yeah, that game is totally fine. I'm having an enjoyable time in it. I'm not hating my time at all in it.
Seems like a lot of people are. I think I saw it hit 3 million sales already.
Wow.
So
Sure, that's awesome. Good for them.
I think I mentioned this last week, but it's like the second best selling Assassin's Creed, right behind Valhalla, which almost is like an unfair comparison because that came out like in the middle of
COVID.
the pandemic when everyone was just playing games.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling if it was like normal years, this one would easily be the number one.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's good. I think it starts a bit slow, so you should kind of stick with it for it to kind
Yeah.
of pick up a bit.
I definitely feel like I want to, before I make a true decision on how I feel about it, I want to get back to Yasuke. I wanted to play a bit with him and then have that kind of like in between the two of them and being able to go in between. Like I want the game to actually start before I make a real decision on it. But like even with the stuff with Naoe right now, I'm having an enjoyable time. It's pretty good. So
You get Yasuke when you go like after like the third guy.
yeah, they kind of start you off with like 2 ones that you can go through. So I'm guessing after you kill those 2, like it's around that time, probably.
Yeah, in the middle of going for like the third guy or whatever is
Yeah,
when
okay.
you'll unlock Yasuke. So for me, it took like 10 to 12 hours, whatever it was.
I was gonna say it's kind
And
of
obviously,
hard
you could just like do side stuff. So you could spend way longer if you wanted.
So that's the thing is that I stormed Osaka Castle, and that just took me like 3 hours, and like I had an enjoyable time with that. But that has nothing to do with anything in the story. I just wanted to do it. So like,
Sure, yeah.
That's why the whole like about 10 hours is like that's probably if you're doing primarily story stuff with some side stuff in between. But like if you're just dicking around and enjoying that world, you could spend like a long fucking time before you see them probably.
It looks really good too.
Yep.
I think visually it's an extremely pretty game.
Yep. No, it is very decent. Like I'm having an okay time with it. There's just something about how those games in general move that get annoying sometimes. I think it's the snapping to things that you can climb, because climbing is such a integral part in how you play those games to move around, and I just don't like that. So every time I'm near something, she'll sometimes snap to it and start climbing.
He just wants to run up a wall, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just annoying, but that's an Assassin's Creed problem. That's not a this game problem.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, I can't wait until I can start like smacking people and hurting them though. That's gonna be sick, because dudes with armor are the biggest pain in the dick ever. Holy crap, I hate them so much.
That's why you just upgrade your assassin ability so that you can take him out in like one go.
But it's rank 3, and I gotta find more of the knowledge points to even unlock it. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys suck. I hate them. But it is kind of cool when you try to like assassinate a dude who is like way better than you, and he just like grabs your arm and throws you or something. You're like, okay, that's actually sick. That's
Have you unlocked any of the different weapon types yet?
Like your tools, or what do you mean by weapon? Like the naginata and all that stuff, like the different
like primary weapons.
Yeah, but I'm just using the katana because I just kind of want to.
Okay,
so
you have like the chain sickle thing.
I like in my last session, I had just got one and I didn't try it yet.
Okay, that thing can rip through armor.
Okay,
so you might want to give that a try.
Oh yeah, and you have like 2 loadouts, so I guess I could just put on like my second one.
And you can swap between them.
Yeah.
Well, you have several loadouts, but you also get 2 primary weapons that you can swap
that's
between
what I meant.
during fights.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm actually not using that weapon because I don't like really fighting with her. I'm using the third weapon you get, which is like, I don't know, a tiny knife, and she'll just like fucking dude up with a tiny knife as opposed to a long knife.
That's kind of great.
But I like that one because if you have that equipped, you can do the double assassinations, and that's just awesome.
Oh, that's why I can't do the double assassinations currently, even though I have it unlocked. I got to use that. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Because there's so many times where there's just 2 guys talking to each other, and I'm just like throwing a kunai and hoping I can hit R1 before like the other dude sees me or whatever.
Sure. Okay.
And it sucks. Like, and then when I unlocked the double assassination, like I wasn't paying attention or something. I'm like, I don't understand why. How do you do the stupid double assassination? It would be so helpful in every situation I'm in. But yeah.
So you have to have that equipped. Yeah.
Yeah. The parrying and stuff though is kind of cool too. Like the anime. I mean, it's a AAA game, right? Like it's fun to play one of those and just see how fluid the animations are and how like cool all the flashy crap is. And that's what this game is.
Yeah, and with all the delays, like this is a really polished one.
It is. There are a lot of weird, like ragdolling or floating issues I've had with NPCs, but like I haven't had any like technical glitches, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
And
other than
you
that,
just got a new PC, right?
I did, yeah.
I bet this looks incredible on it.
Oh yeah, like it. I mean, the game just looks really, really good. There have been a few moments where it's just like, oh, there's way too much happening here, and like I went down a couple frames or whatever, which should not happen, but it's because it's like raining. There's like fire and just there's crap everywhere, and it's just like, oh, okay, now it's struggling a little bit. This is insane.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's cool.
Nice.
The other game I'm playing is I went back to Avowed. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because
I need to go back to Avowed.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, did you finish it? Because I couldn't remember.
No, I'm pretty deep into the third area.
We're around the same spot then, because I'm almost done the third area. I'm about 3/4 of the way, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know exactly which percentage. I definitely did like a pretty massive quest during the third area, but
The third
did you
area
do
is
the one where you have
cool.
to like make a big decision about like who lives and dies and stuff?
Not yet. No, I'm doing all the side stuff.
Oh. Okay, so maybe I'm a little further than you, but yeah, no, because I had that and then Assassin's Creed showed up and that kind of derailed everything.
Yeah. I would say that first area of Avowed when I was playing it back then, it was cool, but there was a point where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna put this down for a little bit now, and it was a little bit hard to get my mind back into it because there was other shit that I wanted to play. Like Monster Hunter Wilds was the one for me, right? And that took like 3 weeks of my time by itself, and then other stuff started coming out too. So it was a little bit of a slog getting back into it. And then the story really starts taking off kind of in the second area. And I was like, oh, I'm like super interested in what's going on now. And I couldn't stop playing it. I just like did a huge session or whatever. That game's very cool still. I think I'm probably never going to use Marius again because I have the other chick, the Giada, and she's just better. But she heals, which is kind of the big thing for me. Which
Yeah,
is
I'm
better.
actually running both the women on my team now.
Oh my god, what's her name?
The mage girl.
What's her name? I don't remember.
No, but she's like the like kind of furry
the
race,
cat
whatever that
or
is.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but
Yeah, neither can I.
and like Kai is still great. I keep him around. Like I talk to him basically all the time when I'm back in camp.
Yeah, I miss his voice, to be honest, but I just don't like his abilities as much as the one who can like heal and shield me, and then the one who can just like make like explosions rain from the sky.
Yeah, that's fair. I like Kai because I'm doing like full gun build, and I basically made Kai my tank. So his ability is like one that where he jumps on somebody also does like a huge amount of threat, and he like gets shield and overheals or whatever. So he's like able to hold a boss while I just kill all the little crap that spawns or whatever. That's been working out for me, but yeah, that game's cool. I don't really have anything new to say about it, just that like I got back into it and I think it took off pretty hard in the second area and onwards. Like they get into once you start kind of understanding what's going on and like a thing happens in the second area, is like it's just story beat after story beat is very strong.
Cool,
good game. That's really all I've been doing though.
John, did you want to talk about anything?
I've been playing through Sly Cooper 2 for game clearing, so we're still working through that. Last few chapters were not super interesting.
Yeah, what you're saying. I said, and you hate it.
And lukewarm on it, but I got in the weird mood to try something, and I'm gonna eventually. I got it installed on the Xbox today. I was gonna sit down and play it.
Mm-hmm.
The algorithm's been feeding me a bunch of Mortal Kombat intros and like funny moments and stuff, so I'm actually finally gonna sit down and play through Mortal Kombat 11's story modes. So
it's weird you bring this up Maybe like the algorithm did something, because I also like about a week ago started just getting random crap from Mortal Kombat, and I was like,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11 is like $3 on sale right now.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
Did
so
either of
I
you
was
play
thinking the
one?
same.
Hmm?
One's the recent one, right?
One
One's
is
the
the recent one,
recent.
yeah, but one's a continuation of 11, so I'm like, I can't play through one until I played 11.
I'm the
Okay.
same boat.
Yeah, I've had one sitting
And
on my
10 is
hard drive for a bit.
11 is a continuation of 10, which I've already at least played, but I just need to watch a refresher on. So
Right. Yep.
I mean, one is when they reboot it, right? Like
they rebooted, but they
the
rebooted
timeline.
thanks to the events of 11. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 11's cool.
now I've been watching
I-
a bunch of the videos from it and the shorts I've been getting. Like I've been watching Spawn's intro where he's just like chewing out people. It's been real funny.
Yeah, what were the other guest characters for 11?
RoboCop, Terminator, Rambo,
The Scream guy, that
Joker.
Scream is one.
it's one.
Scream is the
Okay.
current one. Current one is Ghostface,
Yeah.
Conan the Barbarian,
Right.
Omni-Man.
Homelander, Omni-Man,
Yep.
Peacemaker, is that his name? Peacekeeper?
Peacemaker, yeah.
Peacemaker. And oh shit, who was the last one? Oh, T-1000,
Right.
Terminator.
Yep.
The Liquid Terminator. Yeah,
Nice.
so at some point I'll go through this. I was gonna, I installed it, then I started cleaning the office, and then I focused more on cleaning the office. So
Fair enough.
might not happen this week. We'll see. But I also don't have fencing this week, so maybe I'll actually have time to just sit down and play a game.
There you go.
Very nice. All right, over on my side, I can finally talk about the first Berserker Khazan in depth. Last time we talked about it, I was trying to figure out like how far the demo went and stuff. I had not made it to the Blade Phantom fight yet. That dude sucks, but I did beat him.
Okay. Yeah.
And I
That dude's
messaged
difficult,
Paul.
man. He's difficult.
Yeah. However, I'm at the like I'm either one or two bosses later.
Okay.
I'm at the first boss where there's two phases to it. This dude sucks.
Okay.
Holy shit, he sucks so much. And here, this game is really great in terms of it being like really accessible. We've talked about the locker system.
Yep.
It has an easy mode and stuff. Here's some examples where it's not, and I think this is actually a knock against it, because it's like, why would you make these decisions? You're just trying to make it harder for like no real good reason. So this is the first boss where you can like summon just like a ghost dude to come help you fight him.
Oh, okay.
First off, that dude is an idiot. So
That's kind of
that
standard
sucks.
Souls
Yeah.
summons.
No, like the boss has this one attack where he'll just start spinning and do this like tornado thing, and at that point you need to stay away from him.
He'll stay
But
in there. Yeah.
the ghost dude just like runs at him, loses all of his health. It's like, thanks
Classic.
for helping for 20 seconds, dude.
Classic.
Yeah, and there's not even a situation where I can like try and like tank him fast, because once you get half of his first light bar down, he does that move.
Yeah.
So unless my teammate dude is like stuck in a healing animation, he's dead and barely helped. So thanks, bud.
Sure.
However, so this part's weird, and this is unlike like Elden Ring or whatever. You can only summon the ghost helper if you have this like kind of currency. You get the currency by fighting. They're kind of like invasions, if I put it into like Elden Ring terms.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, right before the boss fight, you see the little portals that will bring in an invasion, so you can like kind of farm this this resource. They stop spawning. So it's like you have a limited amount of chances to, and I'm trying to think, is this a bug? Why aren't these popping up again? Because they were popping up like non-stop for a while there. Like I probably did like 15 attempts against this, and now they're just not there.
That's weird.
And yeah, I like, it seems kind of like a bug, but also it just kind of sucks that I have to do this like kind of easy fight every time I want to take on the boss, like right beforehand, if I'm out of this thing, because you get like one for beating the invasion thing, and then you spend it to get this ghost who is probably going to be an idiot, but at least it's a little helpful on the boss.
Sure.
And so it's like I can't just keep going against the boss. I have to do this extra fight. Like it's just annoying. Like it's just irritating to do. So I don't know. Part of me is like, I wish the invasions were there, but now I can't because they like bugged out maybe, and so I'm doing it single-handedly. Anyway, here's the other annoying thing. If you I figured maybe I should just set the game down to easy. I'll just do this boss. I'll set it back to normal and I'll keep going. Because right now I'm just kind of stuck and it's making me not want to play the game because I have like 8 other really big games I could be playing.
Sure.
It says, excuse me, in the settings menu, if you set it down to easy, you can never set it back to normal.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of games are like that.
Why
even
would
Elden
you do
Ring's
that?
like that.
Why would you do that?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, that's all I can think of is like why would you punish me for like making the game easier and letting me progress? I don't get it. Especially for this game that is so like, hey, here's a whole bunch of different ways that we're trying to smooth the experience for you, but over here you can go fuck yourself. Like what?
I think it's because like you might be able to like cheese some bosses and then crank the difficulty up and get achievements or something like that. I know other games.
None of the achievements are tied to difficulty. They're just like beat this boss, beat this boss.
Really?
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but whatever. I mean, maybe there's like a final one at the end for like beating the game on normal, and that would like cancel it out. But do the when I feel like most games would do the thing where it's like, in order to beat the game on normal, it needs to have a checklist. Did you do every level on normal? No, then you get the easy one because you have at least one that was set to easy. Like, who cares? I don't know. Seems like a weird decision to make. I'll just keep grinding against this boss. I keep getting the experience with the Lacra, and I'm slowly getting more health each time. So,
are you enjoying it still, though?
I'm enjoying it, but I'm annoyed that I'm just stuck at this spot.
Oh, because of
up until this point, like I was super fun. Like I wanted to like just kind of get past this boss and keep going.
Yeah.
But it sucks when when you are just kind of stuck against this wall, and now the progression has slowed significantly.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's what I've been playing. Let's talk about some news, and let's start with the big one. There was a Nintendo Direct this morning.
There sure was.
About Switch 1 games.
Hell yeah.
There sure was.
So weird. Why? Okay. Did you guys watch this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's call out some things that were interesting to us. John, start us off.
New Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Start with the showstopper. We don't need to talk about anything else in this direct, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, there's one other thing, but we'll get to it.
Oh, okay. New Rhythm Heaven. Yeah. Why did you like that, John?
I don't know, because I think Rhythm Heaven's a neat series, and I like when they actually do them.
Yeah.
Sure. I feel like Rhythm Heaven is like always the swan song. Like, you know, this console's dead if a Rhythm Heaven comes out on it.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Also, it's 2026. What?
So this is the wild thing. Most of the games they announce are 2026. So it's just like, cool. You had nothing, right? You just did this just so people with Switch 1 had something to look forward to, or to show that Switch 2 was not going to stop Switch 1.
I hope I don't touch a Switch 1 in 2026. That's my vote. I feel like I said something similar about the 3DS back when that was like, I don't want to use this thing anymore. Stop making me keep it around.
Well, because the Switch 2 will play Switch 1 games, so you don't really need to worry about it.
Good. Perfect. I hope so. Anyway, Rhythm Heaven, Nintendo's best series, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a great one, for sure.
Yep. Did we get a WarioWare? Oh, we got 2. That's right.
Yeah, and neither one was that great.
I think the second one
was better. Yeah.
Yeah. The first one is one of the worst ones, but okay. Paul.
Second most important thing, Tamagotchi Life is back, baby. Hell yeah.
Oh my god, Reese was so excited. She ran in the room
excited.
And jumped on the bed. Oh my god.
Yeah. I got loud about it. I was very happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was not where I thought you were going to go with it, but fine.
There's a few other places we could go for like great I really enjoyed this direct actually in general.
Okay. All right. I guess I thought the next most interesting part was the Nintendo Switch virtual game cards.
Yeah, I didn't care about this at all, to be honest.
That's just Steam family sharing, so I was like, yeah. It
like
doesn't even work for me. I buy physical, so it does shit all for me.
Well, that's a personal choice. Like, you could absolutely take advantage of this, but you're not wanting to.
Yeah, because I like owning things.
Well, you're gonna have to like grow up sooner or later. Physical media is leaving. Like that's just how life's gonna be.
Unfortunately,
Holy
no one
shit.
owns anything
I
anymore.
will say though,
Anyway.
it's like the worst kind of family sharing compared to all the other systems
Yeah,
because
it
you
is.
need to be like local at one point,
And
and
it starts local, yeah.
you can't play the game at the same time. So it is a very typical Nintendo monkey paw curling
Yeah.
when they're like slowly like being a little friendlier to their customers. But I guess they don't have to. They sell so many consoles and games. They're allowed to just be rude to us.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, they made the family plan for families. It just happens that everyone else used it for not family reasons. So that's why
Right. Yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
just part of the family plan.
even well, I think it's you can do family plan and you can do not family. I think you can do it to one other Switch, like you can connect kind of two of them,
Mm.
and you can do it to anyone on your family plan. But again, it's like if the game is sent to them, you can't play it.
Well, yeah, because it's like loaning out the game. So I get
It
it.
is.
It's not
If
as
you
good as the
compare it
Steam
to
family share, but yeah.
Yeah, and if you compare it to like PlayStation or Xbox, you can like buy the game digitally once and play it on multiple of your consoles at the same time. So that's why it's like still definitely like
So
not on par.
that's literally the one thing that I was like, why I don't care because of that. Like just because it's been done before by other companies better. That's the only reason. I think otherwise it's obviously because Switch 2, like this is a way you can move all your games over. It's like their own version of like DRM instancing digital things that you can share in between your own. Like it's fine, honestly. Just
It's better than what they had before because before you had to set like a primary and then
yeah,
whatever the secondary one, it couldn't play the games like offline. This will at least let you play the games online. So it is a step in the right direction.
it is.
It's just the smallest possible step they could have taken.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but
At
you
least
get
they're doing
to
it
do
for
whatever
Switch
you
1
want
as
of your
well. So
Yep. Yep, that's true.
they could have
Yeah, and
kept this as
actually
something that only Switch 2 does. So
there was I pulled up this website where they talk about it, and there's this like footnote that I wanted to bring up, and this is
oh right, the Switch
Nintendo.
2 boosted games or whatever.
Yeah, so it says compatible systems must be linked to a Nintendo account to use virtual game cards, Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, and Nintendo Switch 2 edition games. Blah 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 blah. So that implies the existence of Switch 1 games that get a Switch 2 edition, which we kind of assumed they might do something with. Like I can't imagine they're not going to update Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but we never had any kind of like real confirmation about that or official language.
Right.
Now the question comes at do they do the Xbox route where you buy the game once, you get the best version on any platform you have?
I doubt it.
No, it's Nintendo.
Do they do
It's Nintendo.
Yeah. Do they do the PlayStation route where you can sometimes go fuck yourself, or you can give us $10?
More
That's
likely.
probably
And they give
actually
you
what's going to be the answer. Sometimes go.
Or
fuck
do they do
yourself.
the Nintendo route where you can go fuck yourself and buy Mario World again?
That's the
for full
most
price?
likely, but I could see the second one also, to be honest.
I could see the second one. Again, Nintendo's in first place. They don't have to bend to anyone. And consumers will still thank them for getting slapped in the face.
I mean, they have Rhythm Heaven, so of course I'm in.
They do have Rhythm Heaven.
They won. They already won.
They won the war.
All
Rhythm
right,
Heaven
John, why
nuke.
don't you call something out again?
Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so good looking.
It's I think it's even either the Streets of Rage team or the Shredder's Revenge team. I can't remember
It's
which.
the
It's one of
Shredder's
those
Revenge
teams.
team.
Oh yeah, sure enough. Yeah, doing the equivalent for Marvel. So
Yeah.
they showed Captain America, Spider-Man, Venom, Storm, Nova, I think that's who that was, Wolverine, and the one character I did not recognize. Phyla-Vell? I have no idea who that is.
I don't know.
But they said you pick two characters and you could tag between them, and it's a 4-player game as well. So basically, you can have up to 8 heroes running around, but they're tagging in and out.
Yeah,
It looks great. I'm
looks
excited.
great. Looks really good.
Makes me want to play that
Absolutely.
X-Men arcade game again, so I'm gonna probably boot up the 360 because it's still installed on that hard drive.
That's what I thought of. Yeah.
Yep.
Oops.
Paul.
I'm just debating if I want to go with like the one that everybody. Yeah, fuck it. Metroid Prime 4 looks kind of cool. Like I really like the guiding the bullets with your mind powers or whatever. It's so stupid.
Psychic abilities.
I love it. It's so dumb looking, but I can't wait to actually try that out. I'm not even a huge Prime fan, so.
I guess I don't. So nothing else really like that interested me. There is a new AI, the Somnium Files games, but I think the majority of those are disappointing. So I'm kind of surprised they get to make a third one of these. Sure. There's my call out.
What about Patapon? I love Patapon.
Patapon, sure.
I can't believe
okay.
Patapon and Hot Shots are both going to be on the Switch.
Oh, I do have another one. I love Gradius. So Gradius Origins looks fucking phenomenal. What a great
And there's a
package.
new one, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so they made a new salamander in there, which I was like, oh wow, okay, so we're getting a new shmup, thanks.
That's actually
But
huge.
I'm like, where the fuck's Gradius 5? Give me Gradius 5 finally, Jesus.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Give me
was a pretty
a
good
mobile
package,
port of that
though.
game.
I thought. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
actually.
no, it's like, was it 9 games? There's 6 games total and all their special versions as well. So
yeah.
So wait, is there a
Versions,
Gradius 4 that's not in this?
there is a
pack?
Gradius 4. Gradius 4 sucks ass. So I want Gradius 5.
Okay. What else is worth calling out? That Pac-Man thing, Shadow Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we already knew about that, but that looks fun. I kind of want to play that.
Yep.
I think that's coming to everything, if I remember.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, I watched that secret level episode and it was fucked up, so I'm like kind of interested in this is like a Metroidvania, I believe. But you're a weird Pac-Man guy.
Well, you're a dude, and you find like a little robot who hangs out with you and lets you turn into Pac-Man, and then you find a giant Pac-Mech and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of Metroidvanias, The Eternal Life of Goldman looks awesome. I love that art style. The hand drawn.
That actually looks kind of neat. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know if I'm actually gonna play this, but Disney Villains Cursed Cafe just gave me real like Valhalla or
Coffee Talk
vibes.
Yep. I might try
that.
I don't know.
That's out right now, so it's available.
Yeah. That's kind of it for me.
All right. Anything else to shout out from you guys?
I mean, Hot Shots, Monument Valley 1, 2, and 3.
1 and 2 right now, or like soon, and 3 later. I think this summer or something. Which I think that'll be the first time it's like outside of Netflix.
Interesting. Cool.
Remake of Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner 1, which is kind of neat. And then the third AI Summoning Files game.
Yeah. All right, continuing with some.
None of us talked about Nintendo today.
You're right. We didn't.
Right, and we did talk about that at the top of the
very
show.
Start.
Yeah. Well, Paul, you were really excited about it. So tell us all about Nintendo today.
Yeah, I don't care about this at all. I don't want another freaking app. Just don't want it. I want Nintendo Directs for them to show me a bunch of stuff. I don't want to every day see, oh, this is coming out or something or whatever they want to give me. Somebody was saying that they think it's because Nintendo doesn't want anything to do with X or Twitter anymore, and this is
fair enough.
Make people go on there.
Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how many people would actually download this. But
I mean, I'll probably download it to be fair, just to see it, but I don't think I'll use it.
Yeah, and you get some Switch 2 news. The thing is, like, you specifically are probably going to know this news like before the app.
Well, then that's the thing is that I'm just going to get it to see how like it works, and then I'm going to uninstall it because since we do this every week, you tell me what I need to know in the news.
Sure. Well, I mean, you can download it right now. It's already out, so.
Oh yeah, then I probably won't download it because
You'll
I
get daily Switch 2 news after the Direct.
For the Direct, yep. Keeping with the Switch news, we got a report from Insider Gaming last week about a quote 3-phase strategy for its release coming up.
Oh,
that doesn't give me hope.
No.
The first is apparently on launch. It'll primarily be first-party games. Second phase is third-party studios will release their games sometime in October, November, with dev kits expected in June. That's kind of the question.
Wait, so they don't even have dev kits yet? I thought those were out in the wild already.
Let me read the phases, and then we'll get into that one. And then third phase is that there will be games in holiday period, which of course. So yes, the big question is like, why shouldn't companies already have dev kits? I did see some analysts already point out, like Daniel Ahmed, who covers a lot of like Eastern Asia games companies, said a lot of devs do have it, but even more will, like the bulk of them will kind of get dev kits in June. So like I'm sure Ubisoft has had a dev kit for a bit.
Right.
Because and I'm sure Ubisoft will also be there at launch. Maybe it'll be primarily first party, but I don't think a system can launch without 5 Ubisoft games.
I was gonna say I can't think of the last console launch that didn't have a Ubisoft game there.
Yeah.
Especially not Nintendo.
Yeah, and I mean they already delayed this to get more games out, so I'm kind of curious if the launch, which again this thing also pointed out, it seems like they're targeting June. That's kind of what all the like rumors are pointing is a June launch. Excuse me. That like how many like first party Nintendo games are they going to release? Like Mario Kart? You think Mario Kart's out in June?
I'm sure it'll be launch window at this rate because Mario Kart always is their #1 seller, or pretty damn close to always.
I mean, I guess we'll find out next week what the games on launch are going to be. And then it was Best Buy revealed that they were going to start taking pre-orders like the day after the Direct. April 30th.
Then they took that down from what I saw too.
Okay, well then clearly it's not happening, I guess, right?
Weird. All right.
Yeah, if that thing is coming June, they got to start getting those pre-orders out there. Absolutely, like they got to start collecting those. So, guess we'll see.
2 months launch window seems a little surprising for Nintendo, but I guess kind of not at the same time.
I think the Switch was something similar. It was a pretty quick turnaround. I don't remember the exact dates, but it definitely wasn't like half a year or anything like that.
Alarms going off.
Right. I think the last week we mentioned that Game Informer is teasing something. It was revealed this week that Game Informer is back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is pretty interesting. There's like a 4-minute long YouTube video of them kind of explaining what happened and how they came back. Pretty much everyone who was at the company or the site or whatever, the magazine, when it went away last year, got their job back. And then some. The video mentioned some got like long overdue raises and promotions. They got bought by a company called like Gamezilla or something.
Oh, that sounds familiar. What is that?
Which I had never heard of. I think they're in Web3 games, so you know, read into that what you will. But they're bringing back Game Informer. They already launched the site. They even published a ton of reviews and a Game of the Year 2024 thing. So they've just been like slowly covering games for no one in the background. So clearly there was a lot of passion from these journalists to keep it going.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then what's more interesting is they plan to bring the magazine back.
Why not? Yeah. I think I've seen places do that. Isn't there like a Nintendo Life did that for a while? I think they did it based on Patreon or something.
I don't know. They haven't talked much about what the strategy for the magazine will be, but that seems like a tall order.
Yeah, it seems like a weird pipe dream that I don't know why. I mean,
they're clearly swinging for the fences based on everything. They're hoping their legacy will carry them forward, and I kind of get it.
I also saw a stat that I guess they're the longest running like North American games journalism publication. And at this rate, they might outlast GameStop.
God willing.
Which would be very funny. Yeah, so I'm still wondering if, do they do a monthly magazine? Do they maybe switch it to quarterly? I don't know what they're going to do, but yeah, and then I am still curious, like they got bought by this kind of no-name company for Web3 that does Web3 games. What kind of they're getting out of this?
Yeah.
I don't know. The one nice way to look at this is we only seem to talk about games journalism or journalists losing their jobs, and here's a handful that got their jobs back. And we pretty much never get to say that. So that's a win.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I'm curious to see where this goes. I just don't want this to just be like delaying something horrible. So I hope it does very well for everybody.
Yeah, it would suck if like 2 months from now they have layoffs because the numbers just weren't there what they were hoping.
Like
to
I didn't
see.
want to say it, but yeah, I hope it works.
Um,
That's all I have to say.
So I guess in that regard, go to GameInformer.com so that they.
I'm on it right now.
Go
clean.
there every
Looks
day
good.
on 8 different machines and give them your clicks.
Yeah, that's how it's
Or-
done.
I don't know. You know, I'm on this site. Well, then again, I have an ad blocker. I was like, I don't see any ads. So like, how are they making money?
Is
But
there like a subscription or something? What if I hit join?
There should
It's
be.
just a
it does say
I'm sure
newsletter.
there's a
subscribe in the
digital
top
thing.
right.
It's a newsletter though, from what I can see. Like, I meant like, is there a way to like give them money every month? But it seems
I
like
don't
you
know.
just sign
I
up
saw
for them
this
to.
description.
There
serve.
has to be some Patreon or Coffee like setup. There's
You
no
would
way
think,
they wouldn't
right?
have done
Yeah.
that.
I don't see anything, man.
I don't
Okay.
either, which is interesting to me.
They also brought back their release list calendar, which is, in my opinion, one of the best like ways to look at what games are coming out and when that I've seen kind of on the internet. So that's a big win for me.
Releases.com is what I use, but what I like about theirs is that it's just text, so it's quick and easy to scroll through, where the other one has like little images, so it can be
Okay.
cumbersome.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay, here we go. There's a frequently asked question. How can I best support Game Informer's return? Ahead of our membership and subscription program relaunch, it's extremely valuable to gauge interest level from the community. Please consider signing up for a Game Informer account to show your enthusiasm for the work we do. You'll also get some cool bonuses like access to read Game Informer's back issues. So it seems like they're going to launch a membership and subscription thing. They currently don't.
Okay, that
But
makes
if you
sense.
do want to help them, they say just subscribe to the newsletter.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
apparently, like the actual archive has all of their issues, which is impressive.
That's cool. Cool.
Absolutely. Good for them. Small win. Celebrate them when you can.
Yep.
All right, and this last one. This is a report over at Bloomberg from Jason Schreier, because of course it is. WB Games has canceled the planned Hogwarts Legacy DLC and Definitive Edition. Part of an ongoing restructuring at the organization following a dire 2024. The project was not yet announced, but Bloomberg reported on this last year. Yeah, so we knew that they were going to try and do some kind of like not like remaster, but kind of Game of the Year edition, like soup it up.
I thought they were doing
way.
the second game. I thought they announced the Hogwarts Legacy too.
They have not done that, no.
Never
And I don't think they had announced us. I don't think they were doing a second one. I think it was just this like updated one with more DLC, but that has since been canceled, which is not a great look considering they just like laid off a ton of people and they said we're going to double down on these 3 things, one of which was Hogwarts Legacy, and then like 3 weeks later, we're canceling our Hogwarts Legacy plan. It could be because maybe they're shifting to do a full-on sequel. I don't know. But
for some reason I thought they'd announced they were doing a Hogwarts Legacy too. Or maybe it was just from the announcement of the 3-prong attack, so
maybe that was wishful thinking on your part. You really wanted a Hogwarts Legacy too.
I love Harry Potter. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those movies.
None of them. You never seen them.
Reese is a huge fan, so I've seen a couple because of that. I think everyone I've dated has loved the books, but I've never watched the books or movies on my own.
Seen bits and pieces of a bunch of them, but I couldn't tell you what happened, or like I know names of the characters, but never seen a full one.
Oh my god, that almost seems like it would be difficult to not having like watched a Harry Potter movie at this point.
That's not that hard.
Okay, I'm so curious.
There's so much pop culture now. You can miss things very easily.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
True.
It's kind of why I've stopped giving people crap for not watching like well-known movies and stuff like that. Because it's just like, God, no, that's too much now.
Paul, I want you to tell me what do you think the like main arc is of Harry Potter? Your best guess. I want to hear it.
I know it's something to do with my God, I'm trying to remember the characters. The dude with no
Harry Potter is the character's name.
Ralph Fiennes or Fiennes or whatever. I know his character is like a bad dude and he's trying to kill Harry.
You know why he's bad? Like what he did?
Huh?
You know why he's bad? Like,
well, the way I've heard people talk about him is that he is like Harry Potter Hitler essentially. So I don't know what that means, if he tried to do like a genocide or if he's just like doing some weird dark arts nobody approved of or something, but he's a bad guy apparently. And
okay,
I guess like I don't know if he's like dead or something, but they're like doing something to bring him back or like rise him to power, and Harry and them are trying to stop it. Like what I'm to understand.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You got it. So I guess you
I'm
don't need to
sure
watch
it's
the movie.
close, honestly, but like, yeah, I don't know any all. I can't even remember
I think
his
those
name.
movies are. I think those movies are worth like watching. They're
I mean, the
pretty good.
movies are well done. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
sure
people
they're
like the books obviously even more and stuff. So yeah, you don't need to watch the Fantastic Beasts movies. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I've only heard that those are bad, and I don't know anything about them at all. So
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
the poster up says the sequel remains in development. So yes, they are making a second one.
oh, there you go.
I didn't think they had announced a second one. That's okay. News to me.
I
My
was
mistake.
very sure they had. I'm like, there's no way they haven't, especially with the new show coming out. Or
All
what?
right,
Is it
well-
a show or miniseries of movies? I don't remember what the hell they're doing,
a
but
show.
they recast everyone.
Yeah, it's a show coming out. I guess that you've just earned yourself the Harry Potter correspondent for the podcast, which I thought I kind of would have had on lock based on the
who
Quidditch
earned that?
stuff. You earned that.
'Cause
Nope.
you knew more about
Nope.
this than
Nope.
All right. That's gonna do it for news. Let's do some questions. topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. And you could sound like Suku, who writes, you get 3 free meals a day. The catch, it's always the same 3 meals. You don't have to finish them every time, but you won't be able to have anything else. Medicines are okay. What do you pick for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
My favorite meal, medicine.
Well, I'm assuming that means in addition. So, like,
Yeah.
if you know,
Well, yeah, because you need some of that shit to live. So
yeah, exactly.
medicines are okay. I love it.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of already eat the same shit all the time, so I'll probably just keep that going. So my breakfast is usually like Vector, which is like a protein cereal, 3 slices of toast, a banana, and some yogurt.
You eat 3 slices of toast every morning? That's
I used
so
to
much
eat 4.
bread. Holy smokes. I don't even know if I could do that. That is just so much bread. Nice. Good for you. Just plain?
I
Just
also
dry
only eat 2
bread?
meals a day, so I should point that out. So that's probably why it balances out a bit more.
Anything on the bread?
Margarine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna eat raw toasted bread. That's just weird, man.
It is
you gotta
weird.
put
I don't know.
something on it.
That's why I asked.
What would I do for a breakfast every day? Man.
I actually eat the same breakfast every day too, and it is a chocolate protein milk drink and a toasted peanut butter sandwich. So I would keep that. There's only 2 slices of bread there though. That's enough for me. Paul, what's your breakfast?
I mean, usually it's just a coffee. I don't usually eat anything for breakfast because I start later. I like can't remember where I had it, but I had a really good like BLT with a bagel. Usually you can get them with egg, but I don't like egg generally, so I don't get it with that. I'd probably do that every day.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
All right. Okay. All right. What's our lunch? Or what's your guys' lunch?
I'd get a poke bowl. I like salmon poke bowls.
I'd probably get a submarine sandwich.
Ooh.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I eat like 6 meals a day, so just bringing it down to 3, I need to start having bigger meals for this question.
That's I only do 2 a day, and that's why I have fairly big meals. So
a submarine sandwich would probably be pretty good, and I'd want it to be pretty like meat heavy.
Yeah, so I'd go like protein or like a pile of meat.
Yeah, so like a chicken, like a big like foot long chicken sandwich maybe is what my lunch
that's
is
probably
going
what
to
I
be.
would do.
Where are you going, Paul?
The poke bowl, salmon.
Oh, you said the poke bowl. That's a good idea too. Yep. And then dinner.
Dinner's hard because that's the one I like to switch things up generally.
The problem is with dinner, like I assume you want to have something somewhat healthy in there, so I can't just say pizza. I love pizza, but I would eventually get sick if I ate pizza every day.
Yeah. And I think, you know what, I want to put like the asterisk. I think on all these meals, I have a side of like fruit and salad. Like I just need that to be like an option.
Yeah, that's
there
fair.
as well. So, I do like the poke bowl's not bad. I some kind of fish and rice dish would probably be a good idea.
Love salmon. I could eat that every
so
day.
It'd probably be some kind of I don't know if it's cooked salmon. the poke bowl, but yes, maybe some. I definitely want like some kind of meat and rice based thing for dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course some fruit and a salad on the side.
Sure.
God, I would love to do a steak with a salad on the side.
Every day for dinner. I mean, if it's free, why
Yeah.
not, man? Gee.
Yeah, if it's free, why not?
Yeah.
But like, you gotta pick something that's not super fatty or like will make you eventually like kind of sick, and you have to balance it out with the greens and stuff like that. But man,
It says you don't have to finish them, so you theoretically could
no,
order
that's true too,
the
right?
steak
Yeah.
and salad, and just some days you ignore the steak and you just watch it go right into the garbage.
Yeah, steak, salad, and some like seasoned rice on the side with some vegetables. That sounds like a good dinner.
That does sound really
Okay.
good, actually.
I could go for that daily. Yeah.
All right.
I'll take this one from Rasterman. What game do you think will release sooner? Grand Theft Auto 6, Hollow Knight Silk Song, or Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2? Well, GTA 6 has a vague air date. Who the fuck knows anymore with Silk Song? And didn't they recently announce Bloodline 2's date?
No, they recently delayed it.
Yeah, because they
Oh,
had to
that's what it
redo
was.
all
Oh.
of it. Apparently, it was garbage, so they had to start again. Probably GTA 6.
Which is weird to think that that's what I would say as well.
I would trust Rockstar to get it out relatively on time. Yeah.
The only thing Silksong has going for it is that because of the hype and the way the game would be, I could see them saying that like Silksong comes out next month, or like I could see them like doing a quick turnaround from when they announce it for it. You don't know.
I'm not even sure I believe Silk Song is a real game. I'm going to be honest with you.
At this point, yeah, it's hard to give them the benefit of the doubt for sure.
It seems more like a meme than
Yeah.
a game.
It's
an
definitely
actual
more
real
meme than game at this point. That's true. All right.
Okay,
here's your-
here I'm gonna flip this question. Which one is least likely to come out? And I'm gonna add the Bloodborne remaster.
the Bloodborne remaster.
Oh, the thing that doesn't exist at all?
Yeah. Probably that.
So everyone's picking Bloodborne remaster.
Probably, yeah.
Yes, that's
Bloodborne
fair. It is technically not real.
Bloodborne remaster happens when Sony loses so much money that they might go bankrupt and they need an ace in the hole to try to get them out. That's when it comes out.
Yeah.
Hayes Hero X writes, how much would your life change if you become a vampire following the next
Oh,
rules?
come on. My chat
first,
already says I'm a vampire. That's not going to be any different.
first rule, sunlight hurts you and long exposure will kill you. No sunscreen bullshit.
Okay,
That
that's
affects
already
my
real
life.
life. That's already
It
real
affects
life.
my life really. Yeah, that
I am the
kinda-
palest of the three of us.
I go outside a lot. I play a lot of sports, so that would really impact my life a lot.
Yeah, I would have to only work at night at that. So I would say I'd be the middle. Like it would affect me, but like it wouldn't ruin my life. I would have to work around it.
I'd have to switch to like indoor sports, which was just a lot harder to do. Yeah, that would suck.
You stop aging, you get to live eternally, but can be killed.
Cool. I might actually be able to finish my game collection. Like actually get the games.
I mean,
out.
I guess
Yeah.
that wouldn't affect my immediate life.
Yeah.
Sure. Like, my day to day wouldn't change.
People would definitely notice if I stopped aging. That would be that part
Yeah.
would stand out.
That's true.
Yeah, how would you like avoid that? Like you would maybe stop going on camera.
I mean, that's easy enough to do. Yeah.
Stop having like a record of your like.
But then if I go to
self.
cons, it's gonna start getting noticeable. It's like, oh, gee, John, you're looking still the same.
Yeah.
And you're in your 50s, and you look like you're in your 30s still. How'd you pull that off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to move a lot maybe, so that you're like making a whole new set of like friends.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I mean that would.
That's the fucked up thing, though. That's always the fucked up thing about immortality is just outliving everyone you love and care for. So you just kinda become numb on the inside.
That's absolutely a curse. Like,
Yeah.
no one wants that.
That's why I like that they said but can be killed. It's like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
And I
exactly. So you
choose
can
when
just
I'm
end
done.
your life whenever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I'm
guess
okay
that's
with that.
kind of nice then. Okay, sure.
The next point is you need permission to enter someone's house. I don't go to anyone's house, so that's fine. I'm good with that.
There goes my job of door-to-door salesman.
Yeah, exactly.
There goes my job as
How
a
are these
cat
vacuums
burglar.
they're not gonna sell themselves? How are they gonna get rid of all these vacuums? Why did I buy so many?
Well, it's any kind of like building, right? So like grocery stores.
I think it has to be a house specifically.
Is it a house? It's like it's someone's home.
Someone's personal
I mean, I
residence,
don't think
I
I've paid that much attention to like Dracula lore, but I'm pretty sure it is specifically homes.
Okay, well we'll do it as home just so we don't know. This would be difficult for me, but I feel like if you had this like disability or whatever, you would come up with a lot of like good ways of tricking someone into inviting you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I can come in," and they'll be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, of course, I just said that. Cool, thank you. Sorry, just I didn't quite hear you." Like you would come up with all these like fun little ways to like make it happen.
I love that
But
you
at the
referred to
beginning,
this
it
as
would
a
be annoying.
disability. That's so funny to me. That tickled me. The disability of being a vampire.
Of vampirism.
Yeah.
I'm vampirically disabled.
Yeah. Accessibility options. You have to let me enter your
You're a
house.
vampire.
Yeah. Exactly. You gain super strength and can turn into a bat. That would probably affect my
Brad.
life pretty big.
Brad, hell yeah.
I
Let's
think
fucking
that
go.
wouldn't. I don't think there's a negative here because you could just like not show this stuff. Like you could live
Yeah.
normally. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd
Would
make
you turn
getting
into
around
a bat
easier.
if you could?
Sure, yeah. Why not?
I guess. I don't know.
Like he's like, oh cool, I get the ability to fly randomly. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's true. Next point is people that don't know you will fear you and try to kill you if they discover you're a vampire. Have you seen the state of the U.S.? That's just happening, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
they
sorry.
just that will just happen.
I'm sorry, that's already happening.
I'm
Yeah.
expecting to get
Obviously,
shot
that
next
would
time I'm in the
suck,
States.
and
I'm ready.
it definitely would happen. So you'd have to keep a secret identity for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That would obviously affect your life really hard. That would be really
Yep.
tough, especially if you have super strength and could turn into a bat. Be hard to keep that under wraps. You must consume blood. Let's say a liter once a month.
I mean, that comes with being a vampire, so.
But is it the rules where you can consume like animal blood, or does it have to be human blood?
I think it's a case of like there's not as much iron in other animals, so it doesn't
Oh.
help as well. Because I know there's some series that have done similar lore.
Yeah, because wasn't it like what's that kids movie like My Little Vampire or something where they like eat cow blood?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
They got around that. If I can do the animal one, I think it would be doable. I don't think I would be able to handle the human one.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe you become a vigilante and just take out like criminals.
yeah, I'd probably rob like
That's gonna
blood banks.
make keeping my like identity a secret much harder. So I think that's gonna impact my life quite a bit.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, true. It would definitely be impactful. You can turn people into ghouls or vampires. That would probably affect my life quite a
Neat.
bit. Yeah.
Neat. Well, you don't have to use it.
That's what I'm saying. As I think much like the super strength and bat one, you could just not do it.
I don't know,
So I
man.
don't
If
think it
I
would
can turn
affect your
people into ghouls, how do you not use that? That's too good. Especially when I have to drink a liter of blood a month. It just writes itself.
I guess so, yeah.
I would say that would affect your life pretty hard though. Being able to do that would be like, could you accidentally do it, or do you have to like do a certain thing to do it?
I'm assuming for the vampire one, you have to bite their neck.
Vampire has to be a
Specifically,
bite.
sure.
Ghoul, I don't know if that's just you drink all their blood and that turns them into that, or if you just like curse them or something.
I'm not familiar with the ghoul vampire lore, so I actually have no idea.
That might be a case of like necromancy or something. I don't know.
But it's not just like you saying something out of anger. Someone cuts you off and you like curse them to be a ghoul, and like it actually happens. Because I can see me accidentally doing it.
Okay.
The final thing is holy water, garlic, and whips deal heavy damage to you. Brother, whips already deal heavy damage to me if someone does that.
Yeah, I think this is pretty avoidable. You could just say I have
garlic bread. I would miss garlic bread.
Yeah.
I would absolutely miss garlic, but you could just be like, I'm allergic, and then you just avoid it. I don't think I'd come in contact with holy water or whips ever.
True. Me neither. Anymore.
I'm not going to say a word.
All
I
right.
was going to say anymore.
There it is.
Anymore.
Yep.
Dead writes, you can remove one game from existence. What do you pick?
Okay.
A guy game?
Guy game? Sure, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
That made me immediately think of like the We Dare or whatever those ones were. But you
Oh
know,
yeah,
I find it funny that those exist.
the Cusser's Revenge, just all the weird like hentai games or whatever. You could choose any of those.
Just thinking of bad games, but I think they're funny that they exist. Like I don't want to get rid of Big Rigs.
Yeah.
Which is getting a re-release.
I saw, yeah, it's coming to Steam. I did see that. Yeah.
What would happen if you removed
maybe-
like a game that is integral to other games existing? Like, what if I just got rid of Minecraft? What happens to like every voxel game after?
Pick something farther back. Pick like Tetris. What happens if Tetris?
Just video games in general die.
Yeah.
Pulled the wrong block. The
I don't want
Jenga
this
tower
Pac-Man
collapsed.
anymore.
Yeah.
What's this Pong? Who needs this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I think Minecraft is also an interesting idea. Like, what would change? Because like it's so, it almost seems like fundamental to like kids these days playing games.
Yeah.
Same with Roblox.
Yeah, Roblox, Fortnite,
Yeah.
all of those.
Take out like Pac-Man. Take out like Pong. Take out like Mario Brothers 1.
Or like
there's so-
Fortnite. What if you removed Fortnite? Like,
Well, then probably no Battle Pass.
no Battle Pass, no Epic Game Store.
No
And then-
Ninja, the
so that-
streamer, which means he didn't floss on New Year's Eve or go on to Ellen.
Oh no!
Ellen still has
How
it
will
We don't
you
have
live that
flossing?
down, not having done that.
Holy smokes! And if you remove flossing, that you remove so many like incredible jokes from movies from the last like 15
Oh
years.
my God, you're right. You would basically remove every joke from Sonic, so
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I picked the first Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah? How come?
Those games
because
are
he's
bad.
a hater. Just straight out, that's why.
Like,
He
what happens
owns
if
it
they
at
remove
least, I
Sonic?
guess.
Sega probably goes away even sooner, right?
Probably because they probably wouldn't get to.
They wouldn't
like,
have
the
enough
stuff that
money
people
or
love
like
now.
clout to do other stuff. Yeah, maybe.
So like, what am I
I mean, to be
missing out
fair,
on?
they launched the Genesis with Altered Beast,
That's
so
true.
like the Genesis would still happen.
Do you think if Sonic never existed, they would have even like launched a Dreamcast? Like, would they have been a company that long?
I don't think so.
Probably not. I don't get like
Because
Power
like the
Stone.
Saturn didn't have any Sonic games basically, except for Sonic Jam. Like the Genesis had a bunch, obviously, and the Dreamcast hinged on Sonic Adventure 1 at launch. So like, yeah, no, I don't think they make it a Dreamcast. Maybe not even Saturn.
Then there's like an easy answer. You can do like whatever that sequel to 1-2 Switch was, and then like nothing changes
Yeah,
At
everybody
all.
wants to switch.
at all. Yeah, just the world. In fact, the world gets a little more colorful.
Saturation goes up a little bit.
Exactly.
All right. Last but not least, from Phantom Agus. Ahoy, TDP crew! With more Sony IPs coming to the Nintendo ecosystem, do you think the gateway is fully open for something like God of War? Or would it only be smaller or forgotten IPs such as Patapon for the foreseeable future? Doesn't the Switch get MLB The Show now?
I think so.
Xbox does for sure. It
Oh.
was even on Game Pass. I don't know if the Switch got it or not.
I thought
I'm
the
not sure.
Switch got it.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, that's one of their bigger ones that people don't think about.
Is that first party though?
Yeah,
Is it? Okay.
unless things changed.
The problem specifically with the Switch is just like it couldn't get a God of War because it couldn't probably run a God of War.
probably
That's
not.
more the actual
That's
issue.
the problem. Yeah. Maybe they.
Well, like here's a question: Do you see like, I don't know, maybe like a God of War Greek trilogy getting
Yeah, like the
released
original,
on the
1, 2,
Switch or
3.
Switch 2?
I could
Yeah,
see
and only the
it.
show 25 and 24 are on the Switch. So yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
that
There you
series is
go.
on the Switch.
I could see that.
I don't see it happening. Like this, like I'm just trying to think like they're heavy hitters: God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us. I just don't see it happening. Even if Nintendo had a powerful enough system.
I could see Ratchet and Clank going there.
I could 100% see
Oh.
Spider-Man going to the Switch if they could handle it.
Okay.
Spider-Man is very kid-friendly.
Yeah, I would say Ratchet and Clank or like Sly Cooper
I can
or
see
Jack
those.
and Daxter before like that. Because like we got Spyro and Crash on there now, but that's because they're not owned by Sony anymore.
What about The
And who
Last
do you
of
think
Us?
starts that conversation? Do you think it's Nintendo wanting those games on their console, or do you think
Well,
it's Sony?
who put Patapon and everybody and Hot Shots and all that on there? I mean, Hot Shots I think is Camelot. I think.
It's probably Sony.
Patapon was labeled as Bandai Namco, so I'm not sure what's up with that.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I also think it would be Sony. They also in the chat they're pointing out the Lego Horizon game is on Switch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I assume it's Sony wanting the install base of the
Yeah.
Switch versus Nintendo being like, we need some like heavy hitting software on this thing because we don't have anything. I just don't think Nintendo believes that or will ever believe that.
No, yeah, I agree with you on that.
Something tells me Nintendo doesn't go looking for people because enough people come to them.
Yeah,
That decision.
exactly. Yep. All right, that's going to do it for questions this week. Thanks everyone for writing in. Again, if you want to send in questions, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. What are your guys' games of the week?
Avowed.
I don't remember what I played.
I'll give it to First Berserker Khazan.
Nice.
I'll say In Stars and Time. Sure, let's say that.
Okay. Thanks everyone for listening. And next time we talk, it'll be a post Switch 2
we'll know the
news.
Switch 2.
We'll know everything. Yeah.
Will it play video games? We'll find out.
Probably not.
We will find out. All right.
Probably not.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.